Mr. Lee Hsien Yang said in a FB post on 7 March that he has, I quote, been made a fugitive by his own country. To assist Mr. Leong in better understanding the dictionary meaning of fugitive, I'll flash it on the screen. From Merriam-Webster, a fugitive is a person who flees or tries to escape, such as a person involved in a criminal case, who tries to elude law enforcement, especially by fleeing the jurisdiction. Macmillan's definition, someone who has done something illegal and is trying to avoid being caught by the police. This is how Mr. Lee describes himself. He says that he has run away to avoid the police.
The case has been such a big case overseas and in Singapore, and the Capital Corp has paid such a big fine overseas.
Can I suggest that member works a little bit, finds out what he is talking about before coming here and making serious allegations. If I were to tell him that his statement is false, it is untrue to say they have all been found guilty elsewhere, certainly not in Singapore, is he prepared to withdraw his statement?
If the minister say that they have not been found guilty overseas, then I'm prepared to withdraw my statement.
Well, for the record, one person pleaded guilty in the United States. To the best of my knowledge, no one else has been found guilty. And it is a very serious statement to come here, make allegations without doing your homework, and then propagate this sort of stuff all over the place. Really unparliamentary and not acceptable. And then to say, well, I've read, it seems to be big. Unfortunately, this is a thread running through all of Mr. Leong's statements. He doesn't do his homework, he doesn't check, he just says all sorts of things. And that is not the way debates ought to go. I'm glad Mr. Leong has withdrawn that statement.
I don't think the debate that we had on Monday had lasted long enough. I have some more questions.
Mr. Leong,
yeah.
If I recall,
yes.
Questions were asked, you did not respond. You had every opportunity. If you had raised your hands to respond, the time would have been given you to do that.
Well, Speaker, you have a very good memory. Yeah? So, but okay, I answered.
No, maybe just to clarify, would that be a correct description? The question was asked, you did not respond to that?
It is not totally true. I think.
So you did respond to the question?
I had the opportunity to talk 2 times, but I wanted the 3rd time to talk. But before I could...
you didn't raise your hands to...
Before I could raise my hand, you went to another question already.
Well, the point is made. So, are you alleging that I did not give you the time to respond? Are you saying that?
I'm saying that, you know, the debate could have been longer.
No. I'm asking a question because the questions were asked. I was watching whether you had responses. You did not raise your hands further. Would that be fair? Because I think I need to clarify for myself.
Yes.
Because are you alleging that I'm not permitting you the space to respond?
Sometimes when we are debating an issue like this, it needs time to digest. Sometimes it may take a bit of time to respond. Okay. So, but when the processes move through so fast, there will be the...
Sorry, sir. Can I ask the member? We had a debate, exchange, answered his question. I asked him. He didn't put up his hand. And Mr. Pereira asked a follow-up question. And there being no further questions, the matter, Parliament proceedings moved on. That is what happened.
Okay.
Can I put that on the record? And can I invite member to agree that that is what happened?
Leong.
Speaker, I think in the sake of time, let me answer your question about Kao Liu.
No, I've just said this is what happened. That's correct, isn't it? We can check the video.
Yes, I think probably I was digesting the information at that time. Yeah. So because the issue here is about the fairness of the KOM case and the LHY case, Lee Hsien Yang case. So you don't need to bring in a new case. When you bring in a new case, in a way, you're clouding the thinking of people.
Okay,
I
thank
didn't
you.
say it's irrelevant. I didn't say you're confusing Parliament. Minister, don't put words into my mouth.
Sir, may I ask what is the meaning of muddy the waters?
Speaker, now Minister is testing whether I'm from the lousy school or not.
No, I think, Mr. Leong, I think the reason is this. There are reasons why we have debates in Parliament, so we can debate the issues here, clarify, etc., etc. But when we carry on the debate in a one-dimensional way outside, I think the idea here is to continue that, because certain statements are made in your statements. I think the request is to let's clarify, to make sure that we tease out what exactly is the clarity
But
that the
Speaker,
public
I
ought to
must
know.
say, this kind of questioning is not what a legislative chamber should be.
No, I think if allegations
But
are
never
made in
mind, I will
Parliament,
answer
hang
your
on.
question.
If allegations are made in Parliament, certain statements are made, I think it's free for members to question and query.
Yeah, so I'm
So the
going to
question is, you made a statement out in a Facebook post about muddying waters, and I think Minister asking, what exactly do you mean? Now, there's no allegation about what school you come from.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're from a very good school.
Yeah.
We take a serious view of his conduct. This is not the first time Mr. Leong has breached the rules of parliamentary procedure. I'll give 3 instances. On the 25th of February 2021, Mr. Leong apologized in Parliament for misrepresentations he had made. On the 10th of May 2021, he again seriously breached parliamentary procedure and was told so. On the 8th of March 2022, he again had to apologize in Parliament for his improper and uncalled for comments. This has unfortunately become a pattern with Mr. Leong. In Parliament, we are prepared, as I said, for serious debate. Members can be as tough as they wish. And if anyone has questions, they can be raised as we are discussing, rather than keeping quiet here and then going out and casting aspersions. Let me read out Section 31G of Parliamentary Privileges, Immunities and Powers Act. No person shall publish any statement, whether in writing or otherwise, which falsely or scandalously defames or which reflects on the character of the Speaker or any member, touching on his conduct in Parliament or anything done or said by him in Parliament. You have your viewpoints, you think that someone is not telling the truth, you think that someone is being dishonest, you think someone is trying to muddy the waters, do that in Parliament. Let's have a debate. But you don't go out after keeping quiet here and try and mislead the public. That is the rationale for Section 31, and that is why we have to take a serious view. Disagree, explain, debate, and so that the public can have a better understanding. If you think it is not relevant, but don't be a coward. Keep quiet here, go out and say, oh, it's an attempt to muddy the waters. That's casting aspersions on me, that I'm doing this to confuse. That's not acceptable.
So which is which?
No,
Did you say that the 6 of them are guilty or not?
No,
Whether one
he
post
has
or the other?
withdrawn the allegation, and I did say, I think member pays attention sometimes and he doesn't pay attention sometimes.
If I may, did Mr. Leong, did you withdraw your allegation on the 6 members? Just to be clear. I wasn't sure whether I heard.
Speaker, if Minister didn't ask me, I suggest you don't ask me.
Wow.
Sorry. So not to ask you that question. Ms. Indrani?
Mr. Speaker, as Leader of the House, I would just like to remind members to conduct themselves in a parliamentary manner, and the tone in which we address one another is important. I would therefore ask Mr. Leong to be mindful of that.